The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church, when you pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
That you are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. You have to see it for yourself. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Hello llamas and welcome newcomers. My name is Gisela Murillo and I am a content creator still trying to find herself on this YouTube platform. Welcome all to my channel. Hope you guys join my community of limitless llamas. For today's video, I bring you the topic of what is spiritual awakening and why it's important to lead a fulfilling life. I like to think of this topic as self-care for the soul. February is the month that I decided to make videos to help us work on our inner selves. The first topic was about the power of love. So if you haven't checked out that video, please click it right here. What is spiritual awakening? I like to think of it as like breaking free from the matrix.
You stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Spiritual awakening happens when one feels at a breaking point because your soul or your spirit is alerting you that things need a massive change in life to experience fulfillment. Kind of like the movie Soul if you saw it on Disney+. Great movie, by the way. Definitely watch Soul. Cute, and I feel like it kind of touches on that topic of spiritual awakening and the desire to live the life that you want with seeing life in a different perspective. Most people think that spiritual awakening is easy because of how it sounds to be spiritually enlightened, when in fact, spiritual awakening is actually one of the roughest paths that one goes through in life because it's like a whole bunch of truth bombs hitting you at once where you suddenly feel depressed, anxious, and wondering, what am I doing with life? It's knowing that things in your life don't feel 100% anymore. And sometimes this path can feel lonely because not everybody sees the same things as you. It's almost like stepping away from the large crowds and noticing how everybody is just walking without questioning why are things the way that they are. So Google's definition is letting go of the ego so that the higher spirit of yourself can arise. The ego is possessive and attached. So it sounds something like, I am Gisela, I work for XYZ, I have this, and this. The ego is very materialistic and very much part of the physical world. The spirit, however, is more calm, intuitive, and understanding, hence working from the inside to reflect on the outside. Before you are spiritually woke, you follow the sea of people living how we were conditioned or we were taught. But when you're spiritually woken, your heart may feel differently. You suddenly wish for harmony and have the feelings of wanting to be still and yet still productive, following a path that is more aligned to who you are, but also to give value back to the collective as a whole. You notice that the little moments in life suddenly become more majestic. For example, nature. So I was talking about the movie Soul before. So where he realizes that his life can be majestic if he changes his attitude towards the end of the movie. Sorry for spoilers. So something as basic as a little leaf falling from a tree in a sea of people would just go and overlook that leaf. But then you're the one person standing in that crowd and notice, wow, nature is beautiful. How is nobody seeing this? And that's because a lot of people are still not spiritually awakened and they feel or they are dormant, doing the same things. And that's because people don't take the time to work on themselves inwardly or to analyze their feelings. Something else that happens when you're spiritually awakened is not only do you desire peace for yourself, but you desire peace for the entire world. Think about everything that happened in 2020 and before Biden took presidency. There is so much hurt, there is so much pain that people go through. Pain needs to be acknowledged. It needs to be healed. This is why it's so important to work on yourself. And I also see this as a state of vulnerability where people can connect with you so that you can heal as a mass. Sometimes this journey can feel lonely because, like I said before, a lot of people won't have or probably haven't awakened yet and are dormant doing the same things, almost like a repeated cycle. But when your soul has the desire to change bad habits or bad behaviors or toxicity, you can feel almost like that path of healing. It starts from a place of, oh my God, why? When you acknowledge and sink and really sit quietly with yourself and start to realize that you are the solution for a lot of the things in your life. So how do you know if you're spiritually woken? I'll tell you my experience. The first time I ever felt like I was spiritually being woke was my first video that I watched about Jay Shetty and how he explained what we were conditioned to learn, the many paths that there are in this world that you can create if you step out, like I was saying before, and follow your journey and carve out your own path. I found a way to say to myself, I want to redo this part of myself. My identity was already changing. The habits and old behaviors and patterns that I went through were gone. Well, not gone, but technically I'm still working on myself. But it feels like that. It's your soul wanting to grow more. It's our desire to change that awakens us. We want better because we may have felt lack of self-esteem, love for ourselves, and we are tired of being on survival mode and want to thrive more. This is why it's important to work on ourselves, learn to love ourselves. Because even though bad things can happen, because that's life, we choose how we respond to things. When you spiritually awaken, you become a different person in that you're letting go of the ego, you're detaching from it, and you become more of this open-minded person, ready to learn and absorb not only from articles but from people as well. Instead of thinking I know everything, which is what the ego wants you to think, the spirit will say, I am ready for you to teach me. I am ready to learn. I am ready to be open to this experience and see how it will change me. It's also saying, this is what I value. This is what is important. And I hope that what I value, I can help other people with. That's spiritually awakening. Because again, you want what's best for the mass and you want to improve in each aspect of your life. So people and behaviors. The people we meet are like mirrors. It's who we see but hide in ourselves. They help us see that we need to work in our own lives. So I like to think of this as admiration for people. There are plenty of people in my life, both on social media, friends, and in my real life that I am truly admired by, and I'm like, I want to learn this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this from you, because I see it as a positive thing that I can carry and maybe teach it to someone else or share with someone else. So that's how I like to see people. Once we see this, we no longer blame them for our problems, but instead we find the time to work on ourselves in order to obtain peace. So keep being patient with your path. The future you was not the same person you were 10 seconds ago. Something else that happens when you are spiritually woken is being grateful feels completely different. Life is always going to constantly teach us a lot, plain and simple. If we choose to learn the teachings, you will either feel grateful or negative. And I know sometimes we can stem from negativity and be like, why? Why me? Why did this happen to me? But think for a second. What is the lesson from whatever happened? If you are grateful for the lesson, your soul is aware that you are part of the solutions in your life. I would like to think that everything will be okay in the end. And I want to make sure that I lead my life the way I see it best. By the way, you're interested in what the signs are when you are spiritually awakened. I already made that video. Just click the link up here and that video will tell you what the signs of spiritual awakening are. Okay, llama, so I hope this video helped you see your journey in a different light. Remember, if you are going through a spiritual awakening or you feel like you're emerging into your spiritual awakening, it's your soul alerting you to vibe into your higher calling. I would like to think of it as your future self almost reaching out to you and saying, don't give up, stay true to who you are, and be kind in your path. I wish for more than anything, I think I created this channel because I really would like for everybody to live a limitless life. And I understand that with some things in life, we might feel limited, but if you can stretch your muscles and have the innate to learn, to build and be patient with your growth, you can truly accomplish anything. All right, so I will see you llamas on the next video following this inner self work for the month of love.
Just buy yourself a box of chocolates.
All right, llamas. Bye.